put up the wilted tip here on the screen. And we're just going to be doing one little thin border around the cupcake on the outer. And it's pretty easy. All you're going to do is just make pressure. And as you're going around in the circle, follow the line. And then when you get to the end, let go. So you can come out just like that. I found these cute sprinkles at Walmart that I'm going to be using to dip the rim of my cupcakes in. So what I like to do is just add it into a bowl. And I'm going to be scooping it in. But you can also add it to something flat. So you can just roll the cupcakes right onto it. I'm just going to give them a quick mix. And now I'm going to go and start putting the sprinkles onto my cupcakes. And all these designs I'm showing you guys in this video are going to be super easy to recreate. And you can do them in any colors and styles that fit your color scheme of your Easter parties or whatever. I went ahead and used yellow because yellow is my favorite color. And also all these ideas are also beginner friendly. I'm only using about 3 to 4 piping tips. And I'm kind of staying within the same color palette, so I don't have to mix and make so many different frosting colors. And now this is how it looks. I made one with a thicker border and one with a thinner border, and that's just the difference. Now that I already mixed up my frosting that I got from my can, this is how it looks using the little hack that I used to make this frosting more stable to pipe, which you guys are going to see the difference between when you use it straight from the can. Look at that. It looks really dense. And then when you add the ingredients and mix it up, it looks way more fluffy. And I'll leave that recipe linked in the description box so you can go ahead and watch that video. Now I'm just going to be adding my frosting into this plate and adding my pink food gel coloring that I got from Walmart until I achieve the pink that I want. I've already put it into my piping bag, and this is the tip that I'm using. I'll leave the wilted tip here on the screen. And now here, I'm just going to be making a quick swirl on the top of my cupcake. And it's going to be the same process. Put some pressure onto the bag. Keep the pressure steady until you go all the way around. And then slowly release. Here, I was just going for a swirl effect. But if you want a more neat looking piping, then you can use the wilted tip 1M to create a more tight rosette. To give my swirl a little bit of a fluff, I'm just going to do one thin layer on the outside of it to help blend the two pieces together. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I'm going to be opening up these Ghirardelli chocolates that I got from Walmart. I'll leave them in the description box. But I really liked how each bunny that I opened did look like that. Really nice and neat looking. Because usually when you buy chocolates like this, they come squished or they don't look nothing like the packaging. But I do recommend these because they do look like bunnies. Now I also picked up this little bag of chocolate eggs from Walmart. I'm just going to place 3 eggs on each little cupcake. I believe you can also get these from Dollar Tree. And this is the final look. I think they look super cute. Now on to our next design. We are using wilted tip 1M and the frosting that already came from the can. I did not add no food coloring to it. So here we're going to be starting our rosette. You're going to press down and slowly start making a tight swirl all around the cupcake. Rosettes are also very easy to do. Just like that. And then just push in the edge. And it looks really nice and neat. I'm repeating the process on this cupcake. Now I'm using here wilted tip 103. And we're going to be making some cute little flowers. We're going to be making sure we're piping with the fat part down and the thin part up. And all we're going to be doing is making like little ends or little curves. This is also another super beginner friendly flower to make. And here you can keep it as one layer, or you can go ahead and go on the top of it again with another 4 petals. Like here, it's just super easy. You're just making little arches as you go. Each new petal is going to have to start under the previous one you made, and that's how it looks. And this is a super cute floral cupcake, perfect for spring, especially if you're not into the whole Eastery look. For the center of my flowers, I'm going to be adding in some of these pearl sprinkles. You can also just pipe in some white if you don't want to use a sprinkle. Now with our wilted tip, we're going to be using this claw-looking thing. As long as you make sure you're going to be facing it with the jaws open like how I have it here, you're going to lightly press into your cupcake. And then as you're releasing the pressure, you're going to slowly move the bag out to create that nice little petal-looking tip at the end. Now I'm just going to go around each flower, adding a couple little leaves. And I'm going to do the same thing with this cupcake. And now here, this is how you can get the fluffy looking leaves. You're going to press down and then slowly move your hand up and down to create that little weave effect into our frosting, to give us that nice looking petal, to give us texture in our cupcakes. And I think these just scream spring. And these yellow colors put together with the green look so nice. And now this is how they look before I add my bunny ears. And now here I'm just using some marshmallows that I had left over from Valentine's Day. I just went ahead and cut them in half to create thin bunny ears. And these you can also use some chocolate or some frosting to create the ears. If you don't have marshmallows with pink in them, you can just cut the white ones in half and paint pink in the middle. Now on to our next design. We're going to be making some basket weave cupcakes. And I'm going to show you guys two options using two different tips. This is Wilton tip 18. You just want to find the smallest one. And this is Wilton tip 46. Okay, this might look hard, but I promise it's not. You're going to start off by making a T. And once you make the T, you're going to make another line and then another line. And then you're going to start off from the edge. I did this because I wasn't sure how much to the edge I wanted to make this. But basically you can see here, wherever you leave off the previous line, that's you're going to start the next line. So bring it down and then loop it in 3 times. And then bring the line down again and then loop it in. And then bring it down and loop it in. It's the same rhythm over and over. And to make the handle, we're just going to use the same tip and go in circles. And of course, the slower you go, the more neat it comes out. This is how option 1 looks. Now I'm going to be changing out my tip for my second tip. And that's why we like using cobblers, because it helps changing our tips out more easy. And always make sure you start off with a clean tip. Make sure the pointy lines are facing up, because that's what's going to give us a design. And it's going to be the same process over again. Make the line down and loop it in. Make the lines down and then loop it in. And to make this handle, I'm using the same tip and I'm just going in small little circles. And now this is the difference between using the two different tips. And now to fill in my basket, I'm going to be using these sprinkles that they had little eggs inside. And I thought it would just be super simple and cute to stick the eggs in there since it's an Easter basket. I really liked how this pack of sprinkles had so many options for me to make different cupcakes using the same pack of sprinkles instead of opening like all these new sprinkles and then we have so many sprinkles laying around. And here I did fill up my whole basket with a lot of eggs, and I'm using these little bunnies that also came in that sprinkle box to decorate on the outside. And this is how they look. I think they came out super cute and nice. Ignore the fact that they could look like pumpkin pies. The best part about these is that they did not take long to make. On to our next design. I'm not using no tips. I'm just using my piping bag to press down into my cupcake to make little swirls. And now we're just going to be needing some shredded coconut. And this one's so easy. We're just going to be dipping it into it and make it a little bit flat to create the butt of the bunny. And now with the same tip, I'm lightly pressing on top to create his little tail. Just make a little dollop. And now with my sprinkles, I'm going to do the same thing. Press it right into there. Don't be afraid. It won't transfer to the coconut because it's already covered. This is super simple and easy. Now we're going to be using the Wilton Grass Tip 233 to create our grass around the bunny. And this one's going to be so easy. You're just going to press and lift up depending how you want the grass to look. Here I just did different little styles to give it texture. Once the tip hits the cupcake, press and then release. That way those strings come out nice and neat. And now I'm using the same sprinkles. I'm going to use pink for the bunny's feet. And here you can also just pipe them out or use fondant or chocolate. But using these sprinkles is just the easiest option. And that's it. These were just the simplest and easiest cupcakes to make. He has a big body and small little feet. Now on to our next design. We're going to be using the same grass tip, Wilton 233, but now in the brown that I made. Now here we're going to just keep the pressure on the bag and go in circles. And you can swivel your hand a little bit to create little weaves. The key here is to make sure you're going fast with the same pressure and go in circles to create that nice nest looking effect. And you can go as high as you want. I went pretty high. This is also another very easy cupcake to make. And here I did fill in the middle with a single layer just so our eggs have somewhere to stick to. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I'm going to be adding in these Cadbury eggs, 3 each per nest. And I'm going to just squish them down to be sure they look like they're in the nest. Now I'm going to be using the Wilton Tip 102. It's just a smaller version of the petal, the bigger petal one that we used for the yellow one, to create these small purple flowers. And it's going to be the same process. Just do 4 little arches around. You can either do 4 or 5 depending, and you can double stack it. I just did 1 layer to make it look more blendable to the nest. Now I'm going to be adding the same little pearl sprinkles that we used in the beginning to put into my purple flowers. And I'm going to be pressing it down. That way it helps our flowers get more of a lift. Now I'm using the same Wilton leaf tip to go ahead and create some leaves on my little nests. And everybody said these were their favorite because they say they like the way the nest looked and all the colors matched well. And And these cupcakes were also very easy to do. So if you're going to recreate something like this, it's very easy. And I am using the same frosting throughout this whole video, the one that I got from the can. And I'm using the same Wilton or the Walmart brand food colorings. I will leave the frosting video recipe at the end of this video so you can go ahead and check it out. Okay, this is how they look now that I'm done. I think they came out super cute and they were very easy to make. Now on to our next cupcake and our final cupcake design. Here I'm just going to be frosting my 2 cupcakes that I have left. These are our last cupcakes we're going to be doing for this whole video. I'm going to get it as smooth as I can. And again, we're using the same tip we used for the purple flowers, Wilton 102. Okay, now here I'm just going to be showing you all what I'm going to do really quick on my spatula before we do it on our cake. It's always best to practice before you do it on the cupcake in case we mess up. So here I'm going to be doing 3 little carrots. So I'm going to start off long and then go shorter as we go down. And I'm gonna do the same thing here again. Just do little swirls by making sure your piping tip is fat part down and then skinny part up. And I'm gonna do the same process with my second cupcake. Now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna be using the same grass tip that we've used for the brown nests, just to make the little carrot tops here. And I'm here doing what I'm doing. I'm just pressing it and letting it get swiggly before I pull it off to give it like a long looking natural effect. And it's the same process. Press down, put pressure, and then slowly release as you go. That way it gives it green leaves. Now I'm using the smallest Wilton star tip that I have to go ahead and create our border. So we're just going to be going in small little circles. And I think this looks super cute. It looks like a nice little carrot basket. And the colors match well together. And again, I'm using those same Walmart or Wilton food colorings. And this is how the cupcakes came out. And now these are all the cupcakes all done. And I'm going to go ahead and add them to my bunny tier tray that I got from Dollar Tree. At the end of this video, I'll go ahead and leave the link to how I made this bunny tier tray. Or I'll leave it in the description box. So now I'm just going to start arranging all my cupcakes. And I was able to fit 12 onto this tray. But maybe could easily fit maybe like 15 or 14 depending the decorations it has on it. And I'm using that wooden bunny as a riser for the cupcakes that have a more of a flat top. Now I'm going to fast forward you all so you can see me put all these cupcakes onto my tray. Okay, and this is the final product. Oh, I think everything matched so well together, especially because it matches my color scheme of my table tray. And like always, don't forget to like and subscribe and click the little notification bell if you want to get notified every single time I post a new video. And thank you all for watching.